Yes, hi to all my friends. Let's have a short conversation about the North and the South. Have you noticed that in most cities around the world, when you mention the North, it is associated with the rich neighborhoods. And when you mention the South side, it is associated with poverty and crime. The question is this: why do we have this kind of living arrangement almost worldwide? Is it intentionally designed or is it nature? Have you noticed that globally there's an economic and social divide between the North and the South? So the North is often associated with the rich, and the poor is often associated with the South side. Let's have some global examples. Look at Italy. Look at Milan. It is in the north, it is industrialized, and it is wealthier with all the fashion hubs. Then go to the south side, places like Naples. They have higher unemployment, gangs, and crime. I can give you several countries with this same north side divide. Look at America. Look at states we call the Rust Belt and states we call the Deep South. The Rust Belt are northern cities like New York, Chicago, Boston. These are centers of finance and innovation. While the Deep South, comprising of states like Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, they have higher poverty, lower education, and high crime. The North and the South. Why? So apart from states, look at American cities. Go to places like Chicago, Atlanta. Once you mention South Side, it is associated with poverty. It's associated with crime. And once you mention the North, it's associated with wealth. The question is why? The unanswered question is this: is global inequality by design? Take the globe as an example. The global North versus the global South. The global North will comprise of places like Europe, North America, and some parts of East Asia. They are associated with industrialization, political power, and wealth. Then look at the global South. We are talking about Africa, Latin America, parts of Asia, often faces poverty, corruption, and underdevelopment. So institutions like the IMF and the World Bank, they are dominated by the global northern countries, while recipient nations are often in the South. Why do we have this divide? Look at the map. The equator slices the world into two. Yet prosperity does not flow equally on both sides. Above, it is wealth. Below, it is want. Look at trade routes. Raw materials flow north, while finished goods flow south. The sweat of one side powers the comfort of the other. That's not all. What about technology? Innovation hubs, you find them in Silicon Valley and Stockholm. But e-waste piles up in much of Africa. So the future is coded in the north, but discarded in the south. Look at the seas. I can name everything just following the same pattern. Refugees, they move to the north. They all want to enter the northern countries. Investors are well calculated. They want to come to the south where they can make money and drain from the south. Look at media news. When there is a crisis in Europe or America, it makes the headlines. But famine in Africa, everybody will say, oh, it's a pity. See the flags at the United Nations. All the flags are equal in height. But when it comes to voting, one northern nation who has veto can overrule what the entire South says. Look at foreign aid. Money flows south, but contractors come from the north and they grab the profit and take it back to the north. Again, the question is global inequality by design. What about traveling? Hold an American passport. You can enter virtually every country in the world. Most of the countries, no visa. Pick a passport from Africa. You stand in line before you can travel. You need visa. So we are forced to ask, why do we have this north-side divide? Watch Olympic gold medal. They are won by all, but where is the sponsorship? The sponsorship and the ownership sits in northern capitals. Consider housing. Real estate in London and New York, they are bought with profits extracted from lands in Africa and Asia. The global poor build wealth for the rich in the north. Look at history books. Heroes in one page are villains in another. Colonialism is renamed as exploration, while resistance is labeled as rebellion. What about technology hubs? The South offers talent, the North owns the patents. Brains may be global, but ownership is gated. Take a look at migration. The South exports nannies and drivers and cleaners to the North. The North imports help, not hope. Look at stock market. Companies profit from global operations, but shareholders are mostly in the North. Risk is shared, but rewards are not. Watch disaster relief. When floods hit the South, it trickles in. When markets crash in the North, the world mobilizes. What about food we eat? Food exports. Cocoa, coffee, banana grown in the South, consumed in the North. Farmers who grow these things, they live in poverty, while those who drink the latte, they sit in coffee bars with wealth. Look at defense spending. That's not even all. The North sells weapons to the South, then offers peacekeeping when conflicts erupt. You want to go watch television, look at television? Disasters in places like Haiti will make headlines, but centuries of exploitation are edited out. Tragedy without context. Consider war crimes. If justice comes very quickly if it is a leader from the South. But the leaders from the North, they may be indicted, but they are never convicted. Look at charities. Photos of children in the South are used to raise funds in the North. So what happens? Poverty becomes a marketing tool to raise funds. Look at infrastructure loans. New roads are built with northern money at interest rates that bankrupt nations. So what happens again to development? Development becomes dependence. Have you noticed that globally there is an economic and social divide between the North and the South? The North is often rich and the South, or the South side, is often poor. You can fact check me. Do your research. This is something we need to take a look at. Is the global North and South divide? Is it by design? Thank you. I am Prince Will Odidi.